modified as they try and sort themselves out for the start of this one. Unfortunately, Rick Bartolozzi did get a bit of a bad start. He's won 2 out of 2 so far. But Gary White, the local boy, has moved out in front. And right behind him is Rhys Birtles from Victoria. Is in second. So we've got South Australia and Victoria, first and second. And David Crow in the check flag car is in third. Rick Bartolozzi, white flag car, is in fourth. So Gary White, the local boy, is out in front, goes over the jump. Hits it all sideways on the end of the straight there, and that did allow the second place car to close in. So all these South Australian people in the audience are all on the edge of their seats at the moment, if they're sitting down, that is, because just about everyone I look around me now is standing up and watching this local boy putting his stamp on this race. So second place now is between second place of Rhys Birtles in the yellow flag and the check of David Crow. So first, second and third, you can throw a blanket over them at this stage. Gary gets a bit crossed up on the infield and loses a little bit of ground as Rhys tries to close in. Didn't quite be in the right position there to get through into the lead, but he's just waiting for Gary to make a mistake and he'll pounce. So Rhys is trying everything he can, tries an inside manoeuvre, doesn't quite make it, goes over the top of the race leader, uses Gary for the traction as they all get tied up for first, second and third, all fighting with each other. So the Adelaide boy has come out of that smelling of roses, and that is only that unfortunate thing that has done has let the rest of the field close back up the little gap that they did open up on the rest of the field. So Gary White from South Australia is holding up 2 Victorian drivers, David Crow and Rhys Birtles, and meanwhile Rick Bartolozzi is now starting to come back through the field. No, sorry, that's Stuart Grant in the black flag car. Rick Bartolozzi's teammate. I don't know what's happened to Rick. He's dropped right back. He has, yes. Rick Bartolozzi, the winner of the first 2 rounds, has dropped right back in the field. And unfortunately, not going as good as what he'd hoped. But it's very close up front with the local boy moving into Gary White into first. He's comfortably in first. We're now just trying to think it's chopping and changing all over the place. Stuart Grant has now moved into third in the black flag car. So we've got a new leader now. It's now David Crow has just taken the lead. The lead is chopping and changing left, right, and centre. And Gary White has now taken the lead back again from David Crow. Rhys Birtles sitting there waiting for them to pounce. So Gary White is just holding out, on the first spot. He just about finishes the section of the infield with about 3.5 minutes down. Gary White is doing a fine job out in front. Second spot is being held by Rhys Birtles. Third is David Crow in the check. Fourth is Stuart Grant in the black flag Losi. We've got 1 minute left to go in this race. You just heard the 1 minute buzzer. That's all there is left. Gary's got around about 2 seconds break over Rhys Birtles for second, sorry. So our race leader just goes over the tapes there with around 30 seconds to go. That's the South Australian boy out in front. So if this guy goes across the line and wins this, you should hear a big roar from the spectator public here today. As the South Australian boy is in the lead. If he goes across and takes this race, this place will absolutely go into absolute turmoil. He's got a half a straight lead over second spot. He's slightly increasing that lead. Gary's doing a brilliant job out in front, not putting a foot wrong. We just had Greg Brooks do a bit of a tumble in the straight, but our race leader is just about to go to the tape. That should be his last lap. That's Gary White from South Australia. Very close for second spot is Rhys Birtles. Looks like he's held on for second spot, just marching ahead of David Crow. So provisionally looks like the winners of that one, South Australia. That's the one who's won it. Gary White, South Australia, is the provisional winner of the third and final round. Second, Rhys Birtles, and third was David Crow. I think Gary White can stop shaking now.